Hey you all, Carpetbagger here, coming to you live from the north. More specifically, we are in Valparaiso, Indiana, and it has been a full month since I drove up here in my car, Rosebud, parked it right here, and then went on multiple cross-country journeys by train. Went out to San Francisco on the, there's the sun coming. It snowed quite a bit yesterday, but sun's coming out. Starting to melt a little bit, which is a good sign. Yeah, it was a month ago. I came here, parked the car here in my mom's garage, took a train out, took the California Zephyr out to San Francisco, took another train to Seattle, and another train back here to the Chicagoland area, and then I said, what the heck, when I got back. I was supposed to drive this car to Texas so I could see the new Meow Wolf, and I said, I really like those trains. Let's train it. And I took the Texas Eagle train down to Texas, then flew back. It is the year of planes, trains, and automobiles here on the Carpetbagger channel. So far this year, we've done a lot of trains. We've done one flight and a fair amount of driving. Actually, now that I come to think about it, we have not done that much driving this year. I have not driven a long distance in a month. I drove from different cities in Texas. I think the most I drove was maybe 4 hours at a time, which I know that it's a lot for some people, but for me, 4 hours is just a daily commute. And I'll be honest with you guys, I am dreading this. I am dreading getting in this car. I got 10 hours to get home. Tomorrow's Valentine's Day. I'm going to get home today, be able to celebrate Valentine's Day with Jen. And yeah, normally hopping in the car like in a situation like this would be no big deal, but I've gone soft in the past month. I've been sitting, relaxing on a train, looking out the window. I've been in a plane, not really relaxing, but still looking out the window. And I've been in a few rental cars, just short trips, an hour drive here, an hour drive there, 2 hour drive there, 3 hour drive here. But as far as going on a huge drive, a 9-10 hour drive, not unusual for me. Most of the year I am always willing to hop in a car, drive 9 hours, drive 10 hours, which I'm about to do. But man, I've gone soft. I don't want to do it. I was kind of worn out, a little bit worn out from just the nonstop traveling this morning. So it's afternoon at this point. I wanted to leave a little earlier than this, but it didn't work out. But yeah, we're gonna get in the car. Hopefully this snow will fall off, and we can head home. And fingers crossed that the weather's gonna hold up. Like I said, it snowed here a lot yesterday, but it's Indiana. It snows here a lot of the time. But it is starting to melt. It doesn't feel like it's warm enough for it to be melting, but it is melting currently. And my main concern is Highway 40 is still closed, the route I normally take home. So it not only does it add about an hour onto my drive, an hour or two even onto my drive, but all the other roads are curvy back roads. So hoping the weather is good near home, and I'll be able to safely arrive in time for Valentine's Day. So please follow me. Okay, step one. Let's see if this car starts. There we go. Step two. Let's see if we can get oh yeah, there we go. The wipers to get the snow. Come on, wipers. You can do it. Wipers. Wipers. Come on, wipers. Okay, I've got the heat turned up all the way, got the air blasting all the way. I've been squirting some of that blue stuff on there, and we just about got it. Technically I could probably see through that hole right there and drive, but I would probably feel better if this was gone. And I know some of you out there probably saying, well, why don't you just get out and scrape it? For the love of all that's holy, scrape your windshield. I honestly don't know if I have a scraper. And I could get in the back of the car and dig and see if I have one. There's so much stuff back there. I think
it'd be easier to just wait for this to melt.
And there we go. Our windshield is clear. We are free. We are free for takeoff. So let's get back on that long, lonesome road. Now, one thing I like to always check out is welcome centers, different rest areas that welcome you to a state. And here we are at the Indiana Welcome Center. Of course, we started the day in Indiana, so the Welcome Center here kind of in an unusual spot as far as straight up welcoming you to a state, but this one is fairly new. It's only been here a couple of years, and you can see just a very interesting building that they have here. Let's check out the Indiana Welcome Center. And just look at this. This is actually really interesting. Oh, what's this? Okay, this is Vulcan's anvil, talking about the Roman god of fire and metalworking, which makes sense. A lot of steel made in Indiana. Of course, there is a giant statue of Vulcan on top of a hill in Birmingham, Alabama. But here we see Vulcan getting some recognition here in Indiana. There we see the caution sign warning us to not slip some of the water on the ground, but also warning us not to get gored by one of these buffalo. The little one coming up on the rear. Yeah, a lot of displays here on local history. The Battle of Tippecanoe. Right in the center of the floor we have the Indiana state flag, the torch there with all the stars jutting out. Oh, and then it talks about the life cycle of the monarch butterfly. And look up above us, there is a herd of monarch butterflies. Oh, you can see them moving there a little bit, kind of like a giant mobile of monarch butterflies. I guess these big fans here causing the butterflies to move. Now, this is the Kankakee Welcome Center. And like I said, this is fairly new. I guess it was opened in October of 2023, so has been here for less than 2 years. Of course, when driving through this part of Indiana, you will see these towering windmills. Here is like the stalk of a windmill. And you can go inside here and learn some fun facts about windmills. And they do have these giant fans up here right on top of the windmill, so you can feel the wind, serving also the function of making the butterflies move. So very creative in how they've laid out this welcome center. And here we've got the old classic style of windmill. That's to show off the difference and how far windmills have come. But look at this, the enemy of windmills, the man known for his constant war with windmills, Mr. Don Quixote, the delusional knight that would attack windmills because he thought that they were monsters. This plaque here speculates if Don Quixote would be attacking the windmills here in northern Indiana if he was around and non-fictional. Yeah, there is Don Quixote. That's his sidekick, Sancho Panza, squaring off against, I guess, both the old and new style of windmill. Yeah, I'm a huge fan of how creative this is. Really love when they take an opportunity at a welcome center to really teach people about the state, to get people in the mood for exploring Indiana. These storks here are supposed to represent the dunes. Of course, the dunes where I got off the train yesterday from Chicago. And definitely want to go back to the dunes, kind of the beach of Lake Michigan here in Indiana. But obviously yesterday was too cold for that. And also on the floor it says that the blue along the ground is meant to mimic the Kankakee River. And you can see some windmills out here in front. Old miniature versions of the big windmills. Now it says the shape of the building is meant to mimic both the wind from the windmills and the sand dunes on the shore of Lake Michigan. And then the windows, the blue windows here, are supposed to represent the waters of Lake Michigan. And I also just realized this sign here that says Indiana. This is actually meant to look like the turbine of a windmill, with like cut into sections. So I'm proud, I grew up here in Indiana, and I think this is a great welcome center. I'm proud that the state of Indiana put so much work into this welcome center. I would rate this pretty high up there as far as my favorite welcome centers. Sometimes, I feel traditionally Indiana has some issues with expressing itself in ways like this, so I give them major congratulations on using such creativity. There's also another Indiana welcome center closer near the Illinois border, which is really good as well. They have a statue of Flick from Christmas Story outside, and they have an interesting building like this. So Indiana's got some good welcome centers. I consider myself somewhat of a connoisseur of welcome centers. Some states, they don't put that much into their welcome centers. Maybe have a booth or something where people can give you information or talk to you. But I like when there's a little something extra. I love when there's little museums and information in the welcome centers. Always kind of I got to give it to Florida. Florida with their gives you some orange juice or grapefruit juice when you get into the state. It's hard to beat that. So that I always put Florida up there as one of maybe the number one welcome center, but there's some other great ones as well. Like I said, some of them don't put a lot into it, some do. I have some fondness for the Pennsylvania welcome center. There's on the northern border, they have a welcome center with a taxidermied moose named Larry. And then on the Texas-Arkansas border, their welcome center has a stuffed wildcat called AR Cool Cat. So yeah, I always like to put a little something special in the welcome center. It's always fun to come off the road and to something interesting along the way. I think Louisiana, there's a welcome center that has alligators. So yeah, a lot of fun. Now, probably the most, I don't want to say worst, but interesting. Let's use the word interesting instead of worst. One of the most interesting welcome centers is Vermont, because they're the only welcome center where they put raw sewage on display. You go into a room and it's full of sewage, and it's an environmental display where they're showing you how they have a natural sewage system where plants can break down the sewage. But like I said, Florida gives you a cup of orange juice. Vermont lets you smell their sewage. So it's hard to judge which one of those is better. But yeah, the Indiana Welcome Center here I think is great, and I'd love to see more creative welcome centers like this. Do you guys have a favorite welcome center? Leave a comment in the comment section. Is there anything I've missed? Any really cool welcome centers that I've not shown on this channel? Leave a comment in the comment section. There's some of those famed Northern Indiana windmills. Stopped off here in Indianapolis, Indiana, and there's a place here in Indianapolis that I like to visit sometimes. Now it is the year of planes, trains, and automobiles here on the Carpetbagger channel, and there's certain places in this country, rail parks, where people gather around, where there's a lot of trains going through a certain area. And there's certain places near airports where people like to sit and watch the planes fly overhead. But here in Indianapolis is one of the rare places dedicated to watching automobiles. And over in this group of trees here, in the median of two interstates, we have the idle. It says this is a place to be idle, to gather with friends, or to be alone, to stare at the sky, or study the ground, to consider your thoughts, or clear your head. This is a place for humans to do what humans do. Within reason, of course. The idle point of view. And here we are, perched between Interstate 70 right there and Interstate 65 right there. The perfect place to watch traffic. Sun is out right there. It is probably what you would call magic hour right now. The time before the sun is set, where all the colors are illuminated and bright, bathed in the setting sun. Quite a beautiful view of the traffic whizzing by. Oh, it does look like there are some stray love locks here. Actually, that's just a lock. There's no name written on it. Are these love locks? No love locks here. These are just regular old locks that people stuck on the fence. Yeah, people can come out here, sit in the stadium seating. A little bit of graffiti added to the stadium seating here. But can sit here and rest and watch the traffic. I think the sound of transportation in general makes me sleepy. I remember, I've talked about growing up, I could hear the train from my window as a kid, and the train would lull me to sleep every night. Sometimes I even listen to train noises to help me get to sleep. But in the same way that trains help me get to sleep, so does traffic. You know, I was, my window, well, you could hear the train from it. It was also on a fairly busy street. So it was more of a cacophony of both traffic, automobile traffic, and train traffic that you would hear when I was laying in bed at night. So I kind of love that. If ever I'm in places where you can't hear cars, I almost find it unnerving. You can't sleep because it's, I don't know. Sometimes I just don't like silence. This is, the white noise of trains or cars can be quite relaxing. Maybe there's just some beds here, some cots, so you can rest out here. I don't know if they allow camping out here, but maybe at some point you could take a sleeping bag and put it out here at the idol. I wouldn't recommend that this time of year. It is pretty cold right now. I'm actually getting really, really cold up here as the wind blows off the interstates, chilling me to my bones. Woo. I do wonder where these seats came from originally. These do look like stadium seats, like you'd see in a stadium or an auditorium. But these here, these are a little different. What these remind me of is maybe like old airport seats or something. These actually kind of look like the seats they have in the Sightseer Lounge on the Amtrak trains, where you have the 3 seats and then like another little seat off to the side. Interesting. Anyone know where these seats come from? Leave a comment in the comment section. Yeah, if it wasn't so cold, I would just sit out here and meditate. But it's hard to meditate, hard to concentrate, and a little hard to enjoy traffic when it is this chilly out. Ooh. I should have wore a warmer coat. I've been mentally just not prepared for this weather. Like I said, Saturday I was in San Antonio. It was 88 degrees. Now it is freezing. It is sub-freezing temperatures here in Indiana. I guess that's one of the perils of traveling. But this particular winter, has been notably unpredictable, and notably has been some very cold swings this winter. But it's still enjoyable sitting in these old graffitied seats, watching a little bit of traffic go by. Maybe the idol here would be a great place. I don't know, just throwing this off the top of my head. Maybe this would be a great place to have a Carpetbagger meetup sometime in the future. But now it is time to say goodbye to watching traffic from the hill and get back to watching traffic from my car. And as we get back on that long, lonesome road, there's probably someone up at Idle Park right now watching us. We have stopped here for dinner in Louisville, Kentucky. Louisville, as some locals like to call it. So I was trying to make some plans for dinner, and I figured I'd be passing through Louisville around dinner time. So I thought to myself, what do they eat? What do they eat in Louisville? And apparently the official dish, the most famous dish from Louisville, Kentucky, is a meal called the Hot Brown, originally made at the Brown Hotel here in Louisville. But we're not actually going to the Brown Hotel. I looked up, tried to find some other places that you could get a hot brown. I've never tasted a hot brown before, so I'm very curious to eat the official dish of Louisville. So I looked online and tried to find places that served the hot brown, and that takes me to here. We're right here next to the KFC Yum Center, next to the Clark Memorial Bridge here. And there is a pub over here called the Troll Pub under the bridge. So sitting right here under the bridge, we have a little pub. Of course, trolls are known for their love of living under bridges, often stopping to force goats to give them payment for the right to cross a bridge, the troll toll, if you will. You can see Louis the Troll out here in front. I guess his name is Louis because we are in Louisville. And he is pointing his thumb over to the main entrance. And normally I do try to ignore what trolls have to say, but I am very hungry and he's pointing over in this direction. Oh, so this is Whiskey Row Lofts. The Troll Pub is, of course, in a subterranean area. Head down here for the Troll Pub. You can see Louis the Troll actually standing on that ledge there, looking over the fence. But yeah, let's see if we can get us a hot brown here. Oh, is this the troll door? The troll door handle? But I think this is the human entrance here. Louis got the keys there. The keys to the troll door. But anyways, let's go get some food. It's cold out here. See the troll merchandise here. Get the troll hat, Louis the Troll. Get him on a t-shirt. And yes, they do have the Kentucky Hot Brown. It is it's an exact replica of the original open-faced hot turkey sandwich covered in bacon, tomato, and creamy Mornay cheese sauce, a local favorite. Yeah, let's go for it. Okay, my food has arrived. These wings sounded pretty good, so I got an order of mild wings. But here is the hot brown. Again, this is a turkey sandwich. There is, see the bread there? The bread on the top's like cut into wedges. And there's like a piece of bread there. It's got the sauce, which I think is I think it's a cheese sauce. And I think that's bacon there. There's some mushrooms. A very interesting dish. Let's try this. Okay, so not sure exactly the proper way to dig in. Obviously, it's an open-faced sandwich. You're not supposed to pick it up and eat it, I don't think. So I'm just gonna go in with the knife and fork there. So, okay. Yeah, it's like sliced like deli chicken. Let me get some get a good sampling here of all the things on the hot brown. By the way, it's not brown, I've noticed. Right. So that's like a cheese. Okay, it's a very mild cheese sauce. Like I don't know, like a macaroni and cheese type cheese. Yeah, it tastes like macaroni and cheese. Let's get in here. Just trying to figure out what I'm eating. Alright, let's down the hatch. And it looks like the turkey's been like grilled. There's a lot of bread and a lot of the cheese sauce, but that turkey is really good. Try this. Maybe I construct a little miniature sandwich with these wedges. Oh yeah, let's have the bacon there. The bacon's good, the turkey's good. It is a lot of bread, but it's pretty good. At least the hot brown here at the Troll Pub is pretty good. I like that turkey a lot. The bacon's good. There's a jalapeno in there. That seems weird. Oh, I spiced it up. The jalapeno was surprising, but it's actually kind of a good fit. There's a lot of blandness in here with the bread and the sauce. I think the jalapeno actually spices it up. I think there was only one jalapeno. It'd be good if there was a lot more. You dig to the bottom. Definitely something that'll fill you up. Definitely a comfort food type meal. It's getting loud in here, but let me try one of these wings. The wings look really good. Look at that wingy there. And the ranch. Oh, that's really good. It's a different kind of spiciness there. Not sure what the recipe is. Oh, it's good. It's got like a tanginess to it. So pretty good. It's kind of like a little Thanksgiving dinner in a bowl. The turkey's really good. I think it would be good with more jalapenos. I don't even know if that jalapeno was supposed to be in here, but it was really good. Gave it some needed zing. And then these wings were absolutely delicious. I don't know, the wings seem to be particularly good here at the Troll Pub. Over here towards the bathroom, we have a secret door here. I guess this is Louie's room. It's where the troll mascot resides. It's an unopenable door. There's actually fake doors everywhere back here. See, these don't actually open. They're just affixed to the walls. Trolls are very tricky after all. So finally had a chance to dine on the signature dish of Louisville, Kentucky. Are there any other signature dishes of different cities that I have not tried? Leave some comments in the comments section. And the Troll Pub right here on the outskirts of Whiskey Alley. I guess you go down and get some Kentucky whiskey or bourbon down here. But I have quite a bit to drive, so no whiskey for me. I did stop to get some gas, and I was reading some comments, and I do want you guys to know I do read all the comments. I don't have time to respond to all of them, just because I'm always driving, always traveling, but I do try to make sure that I read them. I really like to, hear back from you guys, so I thought I'd just respond to kind of just, if I see something popping up quite a bit, I'll respond to it here in the video. And one thing that surprised me the most, I talked about in the video, yesterday's video, I talked about always wanting the window seat. And I still agree with that because, like, mostly, just being able to, like, lean my head against the wall is such a huge relief. Maybe there's, like, a better way. I need to look into, like, a good airline pillow. Those ones, the normal ones that just, like, go around your neck, they don't seem to work for me. But I wonder if there's like other styles or other types of head pillows that I could try out to get more comfy in the other seats. But it appears that I was way off by saying that I thought everyone liked the window seat, because a very large number of you have stated that you like the aisle seat the best. And I get it. I understand the reasoning here. A lot of people saying they like to have the freedom to get up to go to the bathroom. They don't like being trapped in the window seat, and that is one thing that I don't like about the window seat. Like, if you have to go to the bathroom, then you have to get past two people, and a lot of times one of them is sleeping, so sometimes you have to wake. I usually don't. If someone's asleep, I usually end up holding it. But getting up, getting out of your seat is a huge pain. And some people saying that if they're taller, the outside seat is better because you don't have anything like over your head, but you can also, they said you can also hang your leg out the side. So I get that. I just think I have a real problem with planes. I always get tired on planes. Planes make me sleepy, just the quiet, the movement, and I want to go to sleep, but I have a hard enough time getting to sleep, even in the window seat. Like the other day I fell asleep and then woke up like choking, felt like I have sleep apnea too, so that doesn't help, but always just like wake up just feeling like crap because I like couldn't balance. I once was in this weird, I think I was in the middle seat or outside seat once, and I had this thing where I kept falling asleep, and then as soon as I'd nod, I'd like snap back up. But I was so tired, I kept doing that over and over again. And it was kind of like a night terror, almost like being trapped, like sleep paralysis, which was pretty awful. But people on the outside say it's just more room, more freedom. I would say outside seat, probably I would choose outside seat instead of the middle seat. Not a single person said they prefer the middle seat. So I think the middle seat is it's like 50% of people like the window, 50% of people like the aisle, and no one likes the middle seat. Especially, middle seat is especially bad if you're traveling alone because you're going to be next to strangers. So you're going to be like touching a stranger on this side, touching a stranger on that side, just being made into a sandwich by strangers. And a lot of people did talk about you know, I talked about the stress I get in airports. A lot of people said that getting the TSA pre-check is helpful. So that's definitely, I do like that advice. So I'm going to definitely look into that on what I can do. It's something I've always thought about, but then I always think about it when I'm in the airport, but when I'm outside the airport, I'm always, it just never hits my mind. So I think I'm going to look into that as far as, you know, getting pre-check, so I can, and I feel like I don't fly that often, and then I end up flying more than I think I will. So I definitely think I'm going to go for the pre-check because I think that would make me much less stressed out. Because I'm always like stressed out, how long's the line going to be? And like I said, I complain about the TSA process and how people yell and it stresses me out. And I get it though. I really appreciate it when the people are kind and nice, but even when the people are mean, I kind of understand, they have to deal with stressful people all day. They have to get yelled at and deal with difficult people. And you see the videos in the airport where people get drunk and throw tantrums in the airport. So, I don't want people to think that I'm not grateful for TSA. I think the security, we definitely need that level of security. I think the people that do it, deal with a whole lot of garbage, and it's probably why they're often in bad moods. So I get it. And, flight attendants are the same way. Sometimes you get a flight attendant that just does not want to deal with you at all. And it's just because they have to deal with people that are problems constantly. So I have I have a lot of sympathy for people that work in planes and in airports. I just feel sometimes you get, sometimes some of the stress that they absorb, it transmits outwards onto other people. And it's easy to say, well, they should just be nicer, which I like when they're nice, but I get why they're stressed out. And then, some people said that I should just shut up, that I shouldn't talk about being stressed out in airports, that I shouldn't awfulize, that I shouldn't talk about all the things that go wrong. And part of that is, I'm not on this channel to complain. I'm not on this to badmouth what I'm doing. I'm very privileged to be able to travel like this, but this is a vlog. So it's just kind of like a video diary. So I think talking about things that stress me out, things that trigger my anxiety, I just think that's, kind of me journaling that, me talking about that. I think it's good to talk about anxiety, especially for me. Talking about my anxiety out loud helps me deal with it. Sometimes, when I edit, I can see that I'm being ridiculous, that I can see that it's not necessary, and, it helps me next time when I can reflect back. So I'm working on, talking about what stresses me out is part of part of working on not being stressed out and being able to deal with the situation better. And that's all tied in to my anxiety disorder, my autism, and things like that make it difficult. And I do talk about it, and then one of the reasons I do leave it in is because I think a lot of people have those same anxieties as me, and maybe, me talking about it, me working through those anxieties can help someone else. And I get it if you just think I'm annoying, I get it, and that's, and I get how hearing someone complain can be annoying, but I am not trying to complain. I'm trying to verbalize my process, my anxiety. And that's kind of what having an anxiety disorder is you're in a situation where nothing's going wrong, you're doing something you want to do, but you're feeling that anxiety, you're feeling that stress. And I'm an active participant in my own mental health. Mental health is very important to me. It's something I work on, something I try to improve. So it's not just me. I want you to understand, it's not me trying to just, because I don't want people to think I'm negative on this channel. I don't want people to think I'm not grateful, because I am so grateful that I get to even have the option to go to airports and fly to cool places. But it's just me talking about my experience as an autistic person in this world, as a person with an anxiety disorder in this world, trying to navigate it, trying to not let it affect who I am or affect what I do. And I think I hope that can be helpful to people, because I know that there's a lot of people, I read it in the comment section every day, that there's people out there that have a strong desire to travel like I do, have a strong desire to fly places, to get on trains and automobiles and visit theme parks and visit museums, but anxiety stops them from doing that. So in some way, I'm trying to show that if you have anxiety, you can work through it. It may get difficult at times, but it's something that you can work through. And it's something I have worked through. When I was very young, I did not do things. I did not go places because I had too much anxiety. But I didn't want my anxiety to stop me from doing things that I want to do, from going places I want to go. So that's why I talk about it and understand that. And I get it if it's annoying to hear for certain people, but I think for other people, me expressing those things can be helpful. Let me know what you think in the comment section about that. If it's helpful to you, or if you think I'm annoying, which I'm sure a lot of people are very happy to tell me how annoying I am. But I think I got my gas. Just taking a little break here, reading some comments. Sometimes it helps to take a little break. Mess around on your phone a little bit. Just take a breather from the road. But the time has come to get back on that long, lonesome road. Stopped at the Indiana Welcome Center earlier today. We are now arriving at the Tennessee Welcome Center, which is actually just right across the state line. And all the Tennessee rest areas are kind of designed, maybe not every single one, but a lot of them are designed like this, where they're built like an old cabin. One of the first things you'll see whenever entering a Tennessee rest area is the stand-up of Dolly Parton. They've had these ever since I remember stopping at rest areas in Tennessee. Her empire here, the Stampede, formerly known as the Dixie Stampede, the Pirate's Voyage, and Dollywood. There's also this advertisement for Skyland Ranch. This is actually a newer attraction in Pigeon Forge. I have never been here, so maybe while I'm in the home region, I will take a visit to Skyland Ranch. Tennessee Welcome Centers are all set up pretty cozy. Sit in these rocking chairs in front of this strobing fire. Maybe learn a little bit about the Civil War over here. These posters here for the Tennessee anti-littering campaign called Nobody Trashes Tennessee. You see their mascot here. Me and Jen kind of went down a rabbit hole trying to find out more information about this mascot, who he is, where we can meet him. And it turns out his name is, it doesn't say it on here at all. I had to dig deep to find this out. And his name is Trash Squatch. And he shows up on their Instagram page, but definitely trying to figure out a way to meet Trash Squatch, see if he shows up at any festivals. If anyone knows where I can find Trash Squatch, leave a comment in the comment section. But I guess, these type of cryptids can often be difficult to find. So I made a possibly poor and impulsive decision here. I pulled off in the exit for Stinking Creek, Tennessee, out of sheer curiosity. And then apparently there's no ramp to get back on. So my GPS is taking me this way. A little bumpy road here. Now I've heard that it's called Stinking Creek because there was a huge freeze one year. and it froze the cows into the river where they got encased in ice. And when the freeze lifted and the cows thawed, there was just piles of rotting dead cows, rotting cow meat in the creek. And the creek became vile and disgusting and basically became a river of running infection. And that's why they call it Stinking Creek. I hope I can get back on to the actual highway soon. Okay, we are back on track. Back on the interstate. I guess I just can't say no to a backroads Tennessee adventure at 1 in the morning. Because Interstate 40 is out, or to get home I have to take these back roads. And we have made it home. So it was a month since I've been back here home. I've been on the road, on trains, planes, and automobiles, and took one day off in that month, and it feels good to be home. I made it home for Valentine's Day. Technically, as I record this, I guess it technically is Valentine's Day. It's about 4:30 in the morning, and I went up, I saw Jen, and we're going to be celebrating Valentine's Day tomorrow, so there will not be a video tomorrow because I'd like to focus on enjoying time with Jen. But Jen did give me this Valentine's Day present. There was other presents, but she gave me this one and informed me to open this on camera. So I'm a little nervous, but and she said she's not here, but she said she'll watch the video. Okay, let's see. What is it? Oh, she got some love locks. So I can hang these. I was looking for these. When I was in San Francisco, there was a fence that had love locks. Here are 3 love locks. I will keep these in my car. And it says Jacob and Jen. So if I find a place where there are love locks, I can open these up, clip them on the fence. What a perfect Valentine's present for someone who loves roadside attractions, who loves the adventure of the open road. I will definitely find good homes for all 3 of these love locks. That was very sweet. Oh, I have to go tell her thank you. But hope you guys have a good Valentine's Day as well. Yeah, we'll be back soon. I don't know when my next video is going live, but I've got personal stuff going on. I want to spend time with Jen. I got my medical stuff. I'll give you guys an update soon. I won't be gone too long. But thank you for coming with me. Thank you for being with me on this crazy adventure. This first mega trip of 2025, the year of planes, trains, and automobiles. And of course, if you like these videos, please subscribe. Travel around the country filming roadside attractions, amusement parks, museums, haunted houses, and other fun stuff. If you'd like to help out the channel, consider contributing to Patreon, $3 or more. Get your postcard once a month from me to you. I'm selling enamel pins, press pennies. Well, press pennies are still in existence, as well as motel key fobs in the Etsy shop. Also still doing personalized messages on Cameo. All those things help keep this car on the road, this train on the track, and this plane in the air. Until next time, my friends, this one's in the bag.